Welcome to RidgeLife. It's a beautiful March day and we are going to do our first full inspection of our overwintered hives, number 1 and 2. Number 1 is just kicking butt and taking names. That's the one right here you see. Number 2 is smaller. That was our second hive we started last year, so it's just a first year hive. He's going into his 3rd year and the other one's going into its 2nd year. We're really excited about getting into them and see how they fared through the winter. It's just been a really wet winter. It was really hard to maintain the bees, or just check them through the winter. So let's hope they did fine. You can see them; they're flying like crazy right now. And we're going to swap out. I like to swap the boxes out, and that way I can tongue oil them and get them all cleaned up and ready for the next season. So I swap out one box and put a new box in. And look at this. This is a garden top with a copper roof. Isn't that beautiful? We're going to get that on today, and we're going to treat them for Varroa mites. We're going to put some small hive beetle traps in. We're just going to have a good time and hopefully not get stung. So come along for the ride, and again, welcome to RidgeLife. We're going to start with hive number 2. It's the smaller of the hives, so I shouldn't aggravate them as much as this one right here. You see how big this is going on over here? So we're going to start with this one, and we're going to do our inspection. We're going to get the boxes swapped out, get them fed, get the small hive beetle traps in there, and get these guys going. We actually still have some sugar from the last time we fed them our winter patties, so you can tell that they haven't been having to feed off that as much. Hopefully there's still some honey stores in here. Of course, there's pollen coming and going right now. We've got all kinds of spring trees flowering, some new flowers going on, so really exciting time. This is a beetle barn. We have 2 different types in here, and the beetles go in here and they run away from the bees. The bees chase them here. So we'll open these up and see what they look like. Let's open the top box here, inner cover, and get this off, and we'll see how everything looks on the inside. First time we've had this open all winter. Now we fed them. Oh yeah, they're doing good. Oh, look at that, everybody. All right, let's get all this off there. All right, this is all just gotta do some spring cleaning, everybody. Spring cleaning. All right. Need to smoke our bees. Get them all go down. A little bit windy day. Normally I don't work the bees on a windy day like this, but we got sunshine. One of the first times we've had sunshine in a while like this. See how they all run down? Isn't that pretty amazing? All right, let's get the beetle buster out of there. And these are full of oil, and you can see, look at that. There are tons and tons and tons of small hive beetles in there. They chased them in there. That's just full of small hive beetles. Just full small hive beetles. Look at that. Tons of them. Yep. So we'll change that out. Get a little more smoke. Make sure everybody's calmed down. Always looking for the queen as well. So windy today. I see some small hive beetles, but I don't see any moving. Yep, that was dead. So let's see, this is our 2nd year hive. And I'm going to rotate the top box to the bottom. So the brood, in the wintertime they all came to the top, and the bottom was left empty. So here in the spring I'm going to swap the top to the bottom, which will allow them to then move up with more brood. And these 2 boxes here, these big brood boxes, are just for them. There's no honey in there for us. The honey will be on the outside, and that'll be for them. They'll have brood in here, and they'll have pollen stores in there as well. But they usually make all their brood, their babies, in the center frames of each brood box. And then once it comes time for honey, we'll put the smaller boxes up on top, and that'll be just honey. There'll be no brood in there. It'll be just honey just for us. So really excited about that. All right, slowly pull this out. You can see a lot of new comb in here, people. Look at this. See all this new beautiful comb? This has all been since spring. and they're starting to fill this up. So that looks wonderful. And this is a foundationless frame. There is no plastic inside here. They built all this. This is all wax. Isn't that amazing? Oh, look, this is honey. So all this is new honey stores. See how it's all capped up? That's honey. Pretty awesome. Next one. This one's a lot of honey too. Wow, everybody, look at all the honey on this. This is why they weren't drinking a lot of the stores or the syrup I put on top, because they got all this honey. Look at that. So they did well through the winter. I left them a lot of honey, and look at that. That's all honey, guys. That's all honey. There's a small hive beetle. Get him. Got him. Oh, got that guy. Oh, another small hive beetle. Another small hive beetle. Small hive beetle. Man, yeah, we got some small hive beetles in here. So, oh wow. Come on, guys. Yep, got some small hive beetle issues going on. I see those going out here. So, but anyway, got some good honey. Get those small hive beetles out of there. I don't see the queen anywhere, so that's, again, this is all honey. All right, here we go. This should be brood here. This is the brood, what queen's been laying. She may even be on this one. It's very possible. Get this off. Yep, she got brood here. Okay. See, here's all our brood. And this is all just recently hatched. Y'all see the queen on here? You can let me know. And when you're looking for the queen, you just kind of coarsely look across, look for something big and out of place, because she is a big old girl. I don't see any drones. But I sure see a lot of. See if I see any eggs in there. I have a hard time seeing eggs, but all right, let's get this one moved over. This one, I bet she's on this one. If not, because now this one's light, so there's no honey on this one. But I do see lots of brood. Okay, we got some drones. See, the drones are what the males they're going to make for the mating season, and there, see them right there? Those big ones, those are drone cells. Okay, and these smaller ones, these are just the workers, the girls. And you might see the queen on here. She's really elusive sometimes. So let's come around to this side. Oh yeah, look at all this drone. So you can see that's all drone there. And this is all regular brood here. All regular brood and drone. So she's doing well. Oh yeah, and here you can see the larva. See the larva in there, everybody? Come up a little closer. There's larva inside there. And those, so here's the drone brood, regular brood, and there's larva inside there. That is so cool. That's a queen cell, and it's called a supercedure cell. A swarm cell would be on the bottom, and one on the side here would be a supercedure. So let's say the queen is old. So I'm gonna go inside here and look, and there was an egg in there, everybody. See that egg? See that? There's an egg in there. So that means they were gonna get ready to see that. There's an egg right there. Right there. Well, we don't want another queen right now, so we took that off. That means they were gonna get ready to see that. There's an egg right there. Right there. Well, we don't want another queen right now, so we took that off. But there was an egg. Oh, here's another one right here. Let's see if there's an egg in this one. Yep, there's an egg in that one also. So looks like we're doing this just the right time. We're gonna be moving them, giving them more space, moving the brood to the bottom. And that way there'll be a lot more room for them, more apt to not swarm by giving them more things to do. Last frame in this top box. Again, we'll be moving this to the bottom. All right, honey. We got honey stores. And all brand new comb. Beautiful. These beetle busters, you really want to make sure they're flat on the frame so the beetles can't get hide up under them. And before I take them out, I always do like this to squish any of them that are hiding under there. And then I've got this beetle trap oil. It's really good for drawing them in, and then they get stuck in it and they drown. So I fill those up. It has a ball in there, so you shake it up really well. Again, I'm just going to pour in there. Get about a third of the way up. Okay, I can see it in there. And that keeps them trapped in there. Take a look at them on the front here. beautiful sight. See the pollen on the lady's legs there. Open up hive number 1. They have eaten all of their sugar water. It's gone. Bees are flying like crazy. You can see all of their sugar water is gone. I've eaten every bit of it. And you see there's almost no dead bees in there. And the bees, see how the bees are up in here? They crawl up through these holes from the inside there. They go inside there. They come up here and they go on the outside and they drink all the fluid that's inside here. That's how these work. These are pretty awesome. Get some smoke in there. All right. Get them all run down. That's great. Oh man, look at all the small hive beetles. I'm gonna kill some there. I don't know if y'all see the small hive beetles running. They chase them under here. They chase them under there and they can't get to them. We just killed a bunch of them. Pretty crazy. I expect a lot of good things from this one. Sorry, everybody. Sorry, bees. Huh? All right. Honey, honey, honey. Oh my gosh, this thing's full of honey. So, lots of honey here. See all the honey, everybody? Let's clean that off. Propolis they get on there. It's beautiful. Again, honey, 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 honey. All right, move that down here. Oh, that's heavy. All the honey. So these bees were doing great. Doing great. They were not starving through this winter, which is an awesome thing. All this cleaned up. All right. Lots of pollen in here. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're just bringing it all in. It's awesome. Look at that. See, the bees are a lot. Oh, look at the red. Oh my gosh, everybody. Can y'all see the red pollen on the legs of that bee right there? Is that beautiful or what? Red pollen. She just flew away. That was gorgeous. That was so gorgeous. Smoke just makes them think a forest fire is coming, and they drink as much honey as they can, as quickly as they can. What that does for me, it calms them down from trying to attack me. They're more worried about making it through the fire. All right. This one here is still got tons and tons of bees on it. Where that one over there had no bees in the bottom and no, activity as far as on the comb. It's drawn, but it was no activity. This one looks like it's got activity, so we'll be seeing that in just a second. Let's get some smoke on here. Oh, okay. We have some honey. You see, this is a foundationless frame. Felt a sting. There's a stinger right there. Check this out, everybody. I felt a sting through these heavy goat leather gloves right there. That is a stinger stuck to me. Crazy. All right. But we've got, and there it looks like that's the one that stung me right there. See how its guts are coming out? That's probably the one that stung me. When they sting, it pulls their guts out. This is drone brood. This is boy bees. So she came down here and laid all this drone brood. All right. So they can mate. Let's see if there's any mites. You pull these out, and if you see mites on them, oh, there's a mite right there. Yep, so if y'all see that mite, that's a Varroa mite right there. There's a Varroa mite right there. So there are some mites. I don't know what the mite load is, but the Varroa mites really like the drone brood. See if I can see. I'm not seeing too many mites. And they really don't need the boys here, guys. That's why I'm killing them. I'm just trying to check for how my mite load is. That will replace every bit of this. All right. All right, we're good. Yep, there's a mite right there. Okay, y'all see that mite right there. All right, let's go in here. We're gonna put in the Apivar strips. Again, these are for Varroa mites. The beetle busters are for small hive beetles, and the Apivar strips are for Varroa mites, the little bitty red mites I showed you in the drone brood earlier. And with these, you want to put them 2 frames apart, 2 per brood chamber. So I'll have one here, and I'll have one here. So 2 frames apart. And they walk on either side of it, and throughout the course of the period, they'll get the chemical on there, and all the mites will die off, or at least reduce the numbers to controllable amounts. So, and you have to leave these on for 42 days, and you don't draw honey on these. You don't pull honey while you have a chemical in place. So we will pull these out and give it time before we start putting honey supers on to get honey. So I'll show you how these work. Okay. So what I'm going to do here is bend this up, bend this little tab up so it stays over here. I'm going to slide this right down in here, just like that. And that gives it room for them to go on either side of it. Do the same thing over here. Again, 1, 2 frames apart, right towards the center where the brood would be. Yeah, just like that. So you can also cut these little off and use the nail through the top piece there, and that will hold them in the center a little bit better. But whenever I put the top box on there, it's going to push those down. But the nail will actually hold them in the center a little better. But we're going to just use them the way that they were designed, and then next time I'll use nails probably. So I'll get the top cover on now. So for small hive beetles, on the 2 brood chambers, I've got the beetle buster, and on the very bottom board and on the top inner cover, I put these beetle barns. And what I do with there is you open up and you see all these dead beetles, and then in the center, I've attracted a bait that's a poison. Again, I put it on the bottom board and the top inner cover, nowhere near the frames. And I'll show you what I do there. Got this Combat Max roach kill gel. Again, it's nowhere near the frames when we use it. I just put some right in the middle like that. Close that up, and it's a trap so the bees can't get into it. Again, one will be on top of the inner cover, one is on the top of the bottom board. So, pretty awesome. Everyone, you saw us do our inspection of our overwintered bees. Both hives are doing great. Did not see the queen either, but I saw eggs, I saw a brood, I saw larvae, so we got all kinds of activity going. Hive 1's got both boxes full of bees. Hive 1's got 1 box full of bees, but it's doing great. So we swapped the top and bottom boxes on both, so the active broods at the bottom, they'll be moving into this drawn comb up here. We gave them some fresh syrup water. We also changed out their beetle barns, cleaned them up, and we also put Apivar strips in to treat for Varroa mites. 42 days, we'll pull those out, and we'll be ready for some honey here pretty soon. Isn't that a beautiful hive right there, everybody, with that copper roof? I just think that's gorgeous. I love having the viewing windows on the top brood chamber. The ones I pulled off, I'm going to get those oiled up, and we'll swap those out with other ones that haven't been oiled. I always like having 1 extra set of box and tops and bottoms, that way I can keep things maintained. I really hope you enjoyed this time out here with our bees. It was fun for me. I did get 1 little sting through my glove. Not that bad though, so I call that a win for me. Until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.